real close to a long-term deal in Florida as well. So if they keep the three of them, and, again, like Marner's gone, like they picked up Michelli today from Utah. You don't have to do everything tomorrow. We know that. But if it's Marner out, Michelli in, and there's not a ton of other big needle movers available via free agency, like that's going to put pressure on Tree. He's got to do something. Like something's got to change within this team.
Yeah, but if you have that mentality, Brian, where it's I have to do something, and if you think there's pressure to do it tomorrow, that's
not what I'm saying. I'm not saying tomorrow. I'm saying by game one, like
yes.
You got to look different than the team that basically lost to Florida minus Mitch Marner, doesn't it?
You would think so.
Wasn't that what he was saying that has to change?
Well, I'll say this. There's a lot of teams out there that would love to have the players the Leafs have at the top of their roster.
Right.
Like from an offensive standpoint. And I think they don't necessarily have to go get another high-end forward right now. I mean, I think it would be preferable, but, if it's not there, it's not there. Signing a bad contract doesn't work for anyone. And so, look, it's going to give us lots to talk about. I think this is going to be the most interesting Leafs season in some time because it's true shakeup happening. And, look, they're going to go after bottom six guys. I'm sure there'll be some signings, but there might still be a bigger hole in the scoring aspect of the team that they have to address over a longer period of time.
Well, and the Leafs just sent out an email. They've signed Steven Lorentz 3 years at $1.35 million per. So Lorentz is coming back.
It's the same team minus Marner right now.
Yeah, I get it. It's not going to be the exact same team. I know that. I get that things are going to change, but Tavares is back. Good deal for the team, but he's back. Nyes was always going to be back. Lorentz is back.
Here's my question.
I'm curious to see what else they end up doing here, the Leafs.
Well, and they've got nothing but time to do it. That is the luxury here. But what is if the word DNA was used, and I know you hate it, what about this team will be different as far as the DNA? If you got one player out and so far one player
as of right now, Hayes just described it. It's the same team with Mikko Michelli and Marner gone.
Matthias Michelli. Yes. You're right. You're right.
I know, but is that like? I don't think that's a major overhaul.
It's not. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, it's nowhere close.
But you still have the luxury of time here. I still think they're like. Maybe I'm in the minority of it. I still think you're adding a D. I still think you're adding.
But who is that,
forward.
Noodles? That's what I'm wondering. Like with Ekblad resign, like everyone was pointing to Ekblad. The obvious ones were, well, see if you can get Bennett. Okay, he's gone. See if you get Ekblad. He's gone. Well, Marchand's got to be the guy. He's gone. Like Pierre's tweeting out, it's basically done. It's a 6-year deal for Brad Marchand.
43.
Which, they're spreading the years out, right, CJ, to make the money work.
Yeah, I mean, 43 is wild though. That's a new one.
Dude, he ain't playing past this.
He will be retired down there in Florida, man. Literally.
Yeah.
But probably still making money.
He'll be a $6 million skills coach.
Yeah, I don't. But it's not 6 though. That makes it 4, isn't it? 6 times.
No.
What's the deal?
It's $32 million total over 6 years, right? See, that's what is being reported. Anyway,
so that's 5.
The latest info we have is that they're still kind of around working on that cap hit, but I think that that's a fair number. I mean, look, he could have got 4 years and $8 million on the open market. He gets the same $32 million total over 6 in Florida, and he's going to finish his career Panther. It looks like. I mean, they're talking about running it back. I mean, we think the Leafs are the same. The Panthers they're keeping everybody. They're keeping the whole band together. That's a hat trick, as Pierre tweeted there for Bill Zito.
It's incredible work, man. Like he said it on the ice with Duffy and Noodles and everyone. He's like, we're going to try. And everyone laughed at him, and he found a way to make it work. It's incredible work in Florida. Bob McKenzie coming out of left field here, tweeting that to his knowledge, like it sounds as if it's Nick Roy straight up for Mitch Marner. Like that's the trade, a 1-for-1. There's nothing else, no picks. Maybe there's more, we'll see, but that's what Bob is hearing.
So why did they toss in Nick Waugh just to say?
Yeah, I'm curious, CJ. What does that mean? Like, is that like technically they got someone, but Nick Waugh's a third line player, fourth line player?
But he's an upgrade, I'm telling you, on what the Leafs have down there.
Yeah, okay.
I like him. I don't know. I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Good forechecker. Good for about 15 goals a year. I mean, very useful, and he signs through next season. And I'll tell you, we haven't even got to tomorrow yet. There's going to be some crazy deal signed tomorrow. So getting players on reasonable contracts is valuable any way you can do it. Obviously, Vegas had to shed some salary in moving everything around on their roster. And also, to get Mitch Marner on an 8-year deal, they had to give something up. The Leafs were the only team that could sign him to an 8-year deal. So I think it's a combination of those factors and the fact the Leafs valued the player. And I know you don't like the DNA change, but I still think there's going to be a DNA change. I mean, you add in, Waugh. There's going to be. I bet the Leafs are targeting hard-nosed players.
Yeah. Well, that guy's a hard nose. He's 6'4", and he plays hard. That's my point. Is he's an upgrade on Yarncroke and guys like that. Because how he plays. He's heavy, and he forechecks, and he hits, and he's got a little chip to him, and he can put the puck in the net. He's had 15 goals twice, 14, 13, very consistent. That's third line, fourth line, but he's big, and he's got some bite. I think he's an upgrade on what you have in the bottom six right now, if you're asking me.
Okay. Well, with Chris Johnston, there's been so much going on here. The Tavares deal, again, that feels like an eternity ago, but that was on Friday. Nyes last night. Now you got Marner to Vegas on an 8-year deal. Sounds like Ekblad, Marchand, Bennett, they're all back in Florida. I'm curious what else, how many trades you expect to see then tomorrow, CJ? There's still a lot of UFAs, and there's some good players, and there's depth players available, but do you expect the league to switch to trade mode now? Because a lot of guys appear to be kind of staying where they're at.
Honestly, it might. Normally I'd say no to that, but I just did a trade board, a free agent board today. 4 of the top 7 names since I published that 3 hours ago are off it now. We are literally at the point of it's like the Nikolai Ehlers, Brock Besser sweepstakes kind of thing. Vladislav Gavrikov. It's a pretty barren free agent market because so many players either sign and trade like Marner or staying where they're at. And so maybe teams are already, because they haven't even had a chance to bid on the free agents yet, are going to kick into trade mode. Look, there's been a busy few days. I don't expect that to change, but it does look different than a normal year.
Oh, man.
So all hell is breaking loose.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Noodles. Maybe you called it.
Yeah, get lucky. Blind squirrel. I've called it 10 years in a row.
What's the biggest surprise for you, CJ? Of what we've seen the last 3 or 4 days, is there anything that sticks out to you that maybe you weren't anticipating?
I didn't think Florida would keep all 3 players. Mm-hmm. I thought that the UFAs of that quality, that wouldn't be out there on the free agent market would pull them away. I don't think any of us are that surprised by Marner with Vegas. It sort of took some twists and turns and had a little dash of drama added in over the weekend, but kind of ended up, I think, roughly where I would have thought with him. But it's been a pretty compelling time around the league. Everyone's still trying to win. There's just not enough teams trying to be bad, and that's kind of shaken things up and made it